YouTube. You act in a certain way as an adult, you know, that you choose certain partners as an adult, all result from your trauma, your experience as a child. Now, one thing that we all don't understand is the fact that everybody is striving to become whole again, you know, like a kid, in the sense that you are not so much aware of the sides of you that you consider not good. You know, as a kid, you were not aware of yourself in general. Like, do you understand, man? So one thing with nice guys is the fact that nice guys, the definition of nice guys, because there's a difference between being a nice guy and a good man. A nice guy is somebody who does something in return for favors. You know, they do something with the hope that it is going to amount to something else in the future, or later, or today, or yesterday, or tomorrow, whatever time it is. Whereas a good man does it because that is who he is within, and he's not necessarily expecting an outcome from, be it a person or a thing. You know, so how did lack of semen retention make you a nice guy? First of all, it all had to do with the trauma we all experienced as kids. You know, if you had an absent father, if you had a father who was very, very abusive, you are bound, you know, you have the tendency of becoming a nice guy or a very, very toxic bastard. I mean, there's no in between. You know, you're either a very nice guy or you're the asshole, you know. But one thing I want to pick from the nice guys is their people pleasing tendency. You know, the fact that they wish to please people. Look, one thing with nice guys is the fact that they feel like if somebody is trying to push them against the wall, the more they step back, the less the person is going to push. But no, the world definitely does not work like that, man. If somebody is pushing you, you have to be able to say, look, I am uncomfortable with this thing you are doing, you know. But with the nice guy, they cannot set boundaries simply for the fact that they do not wish to be seen as somebody who is negative. So the nice guy is truly concerned about the opinions of people. How does semen retention change that? If you've been on semen retention for some time, you can attest to what I'm saying right now, to the fact that you stop giving a fuck. And not in an... Nah, it's just the fact that I'm no longer looking for anything outside of me to fulfill me, you know. So I don't see the reason why I should be giving a fuck about this person's opinion, why I should be giving a fuck about how this person feels about what I'm doing or the opinion I'm representing. Do you understand? But the nice guy, he's always in constant seek of validation. But on this journey reverses that constant need of validation. Rather, you start seeking validation from you. And one thing you're going to notice is the fact that the moment you no longer seek validation from people, from outside sources, they start seeking your validation. Crazy, right? Yes, it is, you know. Number two, the nice guy always puts women on a pedestal. Look, one thing about the nice guy is the fact that, number one, he might have been exposed to pornography at a very young age, you know, and so therefore he started releasing his semen at a very young age, you know, and he didn't know the purpose and the consequences of his semen, of semen loss, you know. So he was always releasing because he was exposed to pornography as a kid, you know, and that led to him, you know, putting women on a pedestal simply for the fact that, you know, this is something he sees on, you know, he pleasures himself to these women on the screen, and so therefore any woman he comes across is always going to put her on a pedestal. He's always going to put her as something above him, in the sense that this is somebody who is better than me in all ramifications of life, you know. And again, why? Because he's controlled by his lust. How does semen retention change that? You get on semen retention and you notice the fact that you are caring less for attention, and in caring less for attention also you are caring less for attention from women as well, you know, because back then when you were not on semen retention, all your life was centered around how do I get this girl to like me. On semen retention it changes the other way around. You're asking yourself, does this girl really fit my, does she really fit me right now? Do you understand? Based on the fact that I'm doing semen retention, I do not necessarily want to be releasing my seed with anybody or just anyhow, so therefore I'm going to be now very selective of the woman I'm going to be dealing with. I'm going to be looking out if she's also on a similar journey, you know, if she's also doing something that elevates her own consciousness as well. Do you understand? Then if she's a fit, then we can go. Now I'm letting her qualify herself to me. Previously, when you were not on semen retention, you were always qualifying yourself to the women, always seeking their validation, always hoping to be in their good books, and that is why they played you. Yes. Yes, that is why you were played a lot, you know. It was because they knew you wanted something from them but was not bold enough to demand it like the toxic guy would, you know, because you were a wimp, you are afraid of letting go, you are afraid of moving forward, you are afraid of walking away, you know. But semen retention, it makes you see the value in yourself, and once you start seeing the value in yourself, everything changes, the whole game changes, you know. You're no longer seeking. If she's not corresponding to your own way of life, she's gone. And it's nothing about hating women, it's just the fact that you now have standards and boundaries. Yes, it's now the fact that you now have standards and boundaries. Do you understand, man? So yes, that is how semen retention changes that paradigm or that narrative of the nice guy, you know, chasing and always putting women on a pedestal. Number 3, the nice guy is always afraid, you know, to put himself out there, to take risks. What is life without risk? Yeah, that's a very boring way to live, I swear to God. You know, always having to make sure everything is planned to the T. And no, be spontaneous, be crazy, be stupid, be foolish. You only live once. But the nice guy, he's afraid of doing all those simply for the fact that he's always concerned about how he is being perceived. Leave that to the women. You know, women are always very, very concerned about their image, you know, because they care a lot, you know, they seek validation a lot. It's their nature, you can't blame them for it. You know, nature has made them insecure by nature, simply for the fact that, number one, they are weaker, and so therefore they must always seek security from a masculine man, you know. So it's just nature, it's the ideology behind it. Yes, so he's afraid of taking risks simply for the fact that he does not feel fortified within. Look, if you feel fearful within, it's also going to come out in your existence. Why are you feeling fearful? Why are you feeling anxious? It is because you are releasing that which nourishes the nervous system, which makes you confident, which makes you calm in tough situations as a man, as you should be. That is your natural state. Always calm, collected, cool, thinking clearly, you know, no emotions. I'm not saying don't have emotions or don't feel your emotions. I'm saying be aware of your emotions, be in control of them. Know that you choose to respond to every situation in life the way you choose. The situation never determines your response. Your response determines how that situation plays out. I don't know if I said that right, but if you get what I'm trying to say, you get it, man. So yes, the nice guy is always afraid because he's fearful within. And you know, semen retention, how does it change that? You start retaining, you know, your nervous system starts getting healed. It heals your psyche as well, because your nervous system is your psyche basically, you know. So it heals your psyche as well, and in healing your psyche, you find out that you're no longer the same person, no longer thinking the same way, no longer operating the same way, you know. And in no longer operating the same way, you start doing things differently. You start going out more, you start traveling spontaneously. You want to leave your location now, you want to divorce your wife probably, bro. You want to quit your jobs, you don't want to do this course anymore. Things, bro, a lot of changes will just start happening, and then you have the strength, you have the will to go after those things now, because you are retaining. You feel within you, you feel fulfilled, you know, you feel full already, you feel whole already. So therefore you are going after everything you want with the mindset that it either works or it doesn't work, man. Do you understand? So yes, Semen retention has a lot, man. It changes you. It totally changes you, to be very honest, man. You become a whole different person because you are doing something different now. I read somewhere on Twitter, you cannot be a different person and keep doing those little habits that keep you the same. For you to become a different person, those little things you do on a daily basis, those little things you do, maybe no longer stopping the alarm when it's like 6 a.m. when you are supposed to get up. Now the more you get up, the more you follow the alarm, you find yourself changing your patterns and changing everything about you, man. And so therefore you become a whole different person. You're no longer the nice guy, you are neither an asshole, you're just a man who respects himself now. You are just a man who has boundary standards, and you're better than the bad boy, you're better than the toxic guy, because number one, the toxic guy does not realize his own worth. Any man who thrives in chaos is a bear to me. If you're a man and you thrive in chaos, if chaos, if having quarrels, exchanging words with women is what gets you off, I wouldn't want to be your friend, to be very honest, man. Yeah, because I can't tell what you would do when we both find ourselves in difficult situations. This is how women think. What I'm thinking right now is the same way women think. They are not thinking the way we think. They are always, bro, they have deeper thoughts, man. Like, look, bro, anyways, let me not even divert to women because I wouldn't finish today. But yes, guys, semen retention is going to kill the nice guy in you, man. Yeah, you're going to become a man that everybody sees and respects, and people would not want to take advantage of, because we as men, we all crave respect, and you only get true respect through semen retention. I love you guys, and if you is new to my channel, subscribe.